As you can see, it's been pissing down around Cairns today, as it has done for nearly every day now for about the last two weeks or so, I'd say. It's yeah, those grey overcast skies are becoming pretty familiar. This is pretty well what you'd expect at this time of year, but as I've been told, the last few years they haven't had this wet season. It is typical of this time, so the farmers will be happy. Foliage is looking good, so that's the upside. Thought I'd do a bit of a blog, sort of actually got a bit of time to spare today. Got to walk up to North Cairns, so perfect opportunity to give you an update. I had a bit of a rave when I was going to Melbourne at the airport near where the Qantas Lounge was. Thought it was quiet, but listening to the tape, there was quite a bit of echo there, and the announcements started to come through thick and fast from the PA. So I decided it wasn't actually that good. So look, I'll probably reiterate what I had to say there. I was going to make up some notes, but I'll just wing it, and hopefully I'll remember all the salient points. Basically, yeah, my great gripe with the way the country's going these days, I think it all stems from what we've done to our education system, to be honest with you. Because I remember progressive education was coming in when I was being taught back in the dim ages in the 60s and 70s, a long time ago now. But I think things were changing back then from a traditional base to a more progressive base, and not necessarily for the good. I don't think the actual educational standards have improved at all. As a matter of fact, they've gone backwards, and they're getting progressively worse at an increased rate with the incredible politicisation of the curriculum. I mean, the area that's been the most politically sensitive is this new sexuality teaching that takes place. Fairly young classes, from what I can gather. I'm not sure the exact ages, but they're primary school kids, and they're basically told to accept alternate living arrangements. A lot of parents feel like that's just too early. It's not really the teacher's domain for it, and it's a lot of social engineering being using the classroom, a similar way that churches used to do that. They used to preach a lot of politics from the pulpit when they had more influence. Nowadays, it seems as though the education departments in each of our states are using the education system for the same purpose, to basically re-educate the population. And sadly, people are easily influenced by these things, and I just think it's no wonder that the latest international scores in science and maths, Australia's done poorly, because our curriculum now is cluttered with a whole lot of PC garbage. They're not teaching the basics because they haven't got time. And I don't think the best people are getting into universities now. The actual score for teachers has dropped considerably. So the quality of the teachers coming through is pretty ordinary. Of course, the Labor Party, in their simplistic, moronic approach to these questions, just says throw more money at it and everything will be fine, like what Gillard said. Absolute inane garbage. It's about the quality of the teachers. It's not about class size. It's not about getting the ratios better. It's about the quality of the teachers, and demonstrably the quality of the teaching is going downhill. It's going the opposite direction to the way it should be. So it's no bloody wonder that those scores are starting to drop, and they're going to keep dropping because there's obviously a delay effect with this. A lot of damage has been done in the last decade or so, and it's going to take a while to redeem this, but I can't even see the political will there at the moment to do it. It appears to me as if these crazy ideas, which probably go along the lines of the Greens, it wouldn't surprise me if they were involved in this, because they're a pretty loopy group at the best of times. It's interesting, I don't know where I am here. Actually, I'll go down here. Yeah, I think I know where I am. I don't normally come this way, so just sort of threw me the street. But I'll get back onto the path for a short period of time and get where I'm going to go. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, the loopy Greens, I reckon what they've done is they've pushed the mainstream parties, the Labor Party and the Liberals. They've had a huge influence on their policies in spite of the fact that they weren't actually elected. Crazy stuff, you know. I don't know how they've got such a big influence, but they have, and I think it's because the political class is a totally different group of people to your average Australian voter. They don't really represent us anymore. They don't have anything involved, any common interest with us, and they certainly can't empathise with us. That's why they're always putting their noses into the trough and trying to get lots of travel routes and things like that, because they believe they're better than us. They're an elite, and you know, we're just an inconvenience to them, having to deal with electors, the scum of the earth, probably what they think, a lot of them. They've come from a political elite that's out of touch with average people, and you know, is it any wonder that they're embracing ridiculous policies that average people with common sense will just say is ridiculous? But the trouble is, they are in power. I think their power is starting to slip, and we'll see what happens in the next election, because I think there is a movement on. But we've got to do something about this curriculum. We've got to get things changing with the education department, because they will destroy the future of the country. Don't want to sound too dramatic, but it really comes down to that having good education is really the foundation of a prosperous future for a country, and we're really dropping the ball right now. So yeah, it's a bit sad.